Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan, um, and this is my co-host.
Charleston.
Welcome to our posture correction workshop today. And today we're going over the emphasis on ergonomics. So let's dive in, kind of talk about what that word is, what it means, and how it will best support you and your posture journey. Cool. So just to be kind of like a little mindful moment, I just want everybody to kind of be aware how you're sitting right this second, viewing this workshop. As it's on your computer, you're at a desk, most likely watching it. Are you more of this person on the left, or are you more of this person on the right? And again, not an end of the world if you're either, or ideal if you're one or the other, but it's just something you want to be aware of when you're doing a long work day, of which position you're more likely to lean to, because that'll help you kind of start your journey of optimizing your posture to not feel as fatigued in your neck, your shoulders, low back, and all that area for the future.
And so today we're talking about ergonomics. That's our focus for our postural class today. And so I want to start off with, what is ergonomics? And so that's basically just the study of human efficiency. And so since we're always in our desks, with virtual classes or just, lounging around at home, we're always in positions for a long period of time. And we want to really optimize how we're sitting in these positions just because we don't want our muscles to fatigue so much. We don't want to cause any more stress on our muscles or get them tighter than they actually should be. And so this diagram is actually representing the most optimal postures that we can actually be in when we're sitting at a desk. And so this one is basically, we want our shoulders to be, right and level on our body. We don't want it to be shrugged up, and that could happen because if we are in a chair too high or our armrests are too high, we'll be in a little bit of a T-Rex posture, and we don't want that because we will get stress on our shoulders, and we don't want these super tight because this connects to our back of our head, and that could actually cause headaches. And so a little lower on the hip area, we want to make sure that our pelvis is at about like a 90 degrees. Because I know after a while you kind of get bored of sitting in the same spot all day, and then kind of curl up into a ball sometimes. But the bad thing about this is because we're actually shortening our muscles in our front of our hips. And so when that happens, we get super tight, and we don't want that because, it's just going to throw our center balance off, and our balance is going to be pretty much just not where we want it to be. And another thing is we want to make sure that the screen is farther away from our face, just because we don't want to be too close to it. And we want to make sure that it's eye level to the top of the screen. If you see in this diagram, their head is over their hips. And so with that, you're actually pretty much just balancing your whole body over itself. But as we hunch forward, we're having to use our back muscles a lot more as like a lever point. We can see different postures and different positions we can actually be in. And, we don't have to always be in like the middle person's like great setup, with being in school, being a student, having all these debts we have to pay. It's a lot harder to, afford something as nice as this, but we don't really have to aim for anything towards this. We just have to make sure we're in the positions that are optimal for us.
So kind of with that, positions being optimal for you, something that can kind of help with that, again, like I mentioned earlier, prefacing, is being mindful. Again, you might not have the funds, or you need buy such a fancy desk, like we just previously showed. If you're just aware of how you're sitting for 12 hours a day and you're moving around, we mentioned in a previous workshop that like an ideal posture is main thing is a dynamic posture. So that's moving around, moving your spine. And we're going to show you some things that can help you do that later. But again, being mindful is key. So something I've learned is if you're staring roughly at a screen for about 20 minutes, that's a good time that you get up, move around, look at something else.
And so basically with how we want to stay moving, I saw an article actually, a way to actually optimize pretty much our desk area and also be as efficient as possible when we're studying and everything. So basically we want to have an area, like a sitting area, a standing desk would be even nicer, and it doesn't have to be like a crazy technical thing. It could just be like a bar stool or like a higher desk area. maybe like a kitchen, having a study area in your room. Just put as many areas you can so you can just keep bouncing around from room to room, keep on moving, but also staying efficient as possible. So if you need to do anything and have not a lot of time, you're able to still maintain your posture and not get as tired while also doing as much work as you can.
So for our next segment, we're going over how to optimize your workspace. And so that first thing is bring your computer screen to your height. And if you want to do that on working with a budget or no cost at all, is stacking some books as shown here or stacking on a box. Because like we showed in that previous diagram, we just want to make sure that screen is to the height of your eyes. So that way you're not having to crank up or down. But another way you can do that, something that Charleston mentioned to me, if you want to cover that, about the laptop angle.
Yeah, and so basically, sometimes you kind of get lazy to just find books or stack books. And so if like you're feeling like you're getting a little tired at your neck and you don't want to really move, I'm in class all day. I'm actually a student physical therapist. So I'm in class like now till 2 years from now with no breaks, but it's okay. But so what you gotta want to do is basically just tilt your computer a little higher, just because, if it's a little lower, you'll tend to just lurch forward and try to get your eyes to be pretty much flush with your screen. And so tilting it a little higher will make you want to stand up taller. And so that's a little trick I learned just from studying all day.
Cool. So another thing, here's another kind of simple desk setup, courtesy of another host here, Cecilia. Thank you. Has a few books stacked, laptop on it. And what she has and what I've highlighted here is you might need to invest, at the very least, is a separate keyboard, just so that way, too, when your computer screen is elevated, you don't have to bring your hands up here to start typing. Again, leaving that scrunched shoulder. So that way you can keep your keyboard down here so your arms stay straight and you can stay nice and tall. So just something to consider if you are looking in to optimizing your workspace. Most, again, you might have to buy is a separate mouse and keyboard.
And for this one, it's basically just focusing on, we really don't need technical gadgets to make sure we have good posture. Like this guy on the left, he's just using a pillow. I'm using that right now too. So it doesn't have to really be much. And also just a box, it doesn't have to be some crazy postural tool to help you, align with like your whole center of mass and everything. Just get a Nike box or whatever, shoe box, what you got. Just so your feet don't hang off the chair if it's too high. And that's just, we don't want to put too much stress on our ligaments or anything on our knees just because we're weighing it down by having them just dangle.
So yeah, those are, again, some just simple, quick ways that you guys can optimize your work desk space with just grabbing some household items real quick. And so that way you can work longer and get your tasks done for the day without costing your body any fatigue. All right, so now let's go into some training. So part of this workshop, we want to give you guys some exercises that you can do to train your posture so you stay stronger in these positions. So again, you can stay in one position for a little bit longer without having to fatigue, and just strengthen this muscle so overall your posture is nice and strong. So just to kind of give everybody a format, I'm going to cover all these 3 exercises real quick for you, give you a quick demo. And then we're going to go into a little portion where you guys can participate if you'd like. We're going to do a couple rounds of each movement for a few reps. But again, I'll guide you through that. Just want to let you know what's going down first. So again, you can do these either seated or standing. I'm going to do them standing personally. So the first one, you're going to do some head nods and turns. So like the picture shows, what I'm going to have you guys do is take your hands, clasp them, but behind your back. Bring your shoulders down away from your ears. And then we'll be leading with our eyes, nodding our head up to the sky, and then nodding her head down. So we'll do that for about 10 reps. Then what you'll do next is you'll look side to side in that same position. Leading with your eyes, going side to side. Your eyes dictate where your head goes, and your head dictates where your body goes. Again, don't force yourself in any range of motion that your body doesn't feel comfortable with. Go with what your body's telling you for that day. The next movement here are spinal CARs. And if you want to know what CARs means, it just stands for controlled articulated rotations, which is controlled circles pretty much. So you're going to give yourself a nice big bear hug, squeeze tight. You're going to dip your spine back to the right, and then come forward. Squeeze in the whole time. Again, as big a circle that you feel comfortable with, don't have to match me. You just want to go where your body feels comfortable with. So we're going to do that one for about 5 reps. Next one is a scapular CAR. So scapula is basically in the upper back. So what we're going to be doing is bring our arms out in front of us. We're going to push them forward, bring them up to our ears, and then back them down. And then you're just going to reverse that. We'll do that for about 8 reps. I'm going to go side to side now. Lead with those thighs, nice proud chest. If at any point you have to give your arms a break from holding that back position, feel free to shake it out. Nice and tall. All right, shake it out, loose. Next one, we're going to do our spinal CAR. So grab yourself, squeeze tight, dip back to the right, come forward. And as big a circle that you feel comfortable with going. We're going to go for about 5 of these. You want to have a little bit of tension in your abs and your glutes. That way you focus on just moving from your spine. Shake it out. Scapular CARs. So fists, let your shoulders come forward, push them up toward your ears, and then back and down, and then reverse it. I'm gonna go for about 8 of these. Again, a little bit tension in the glutes and the abs. So that just means squeezing your glutes together and keeping tension, bracing your abs. Again, as big or smaller circles that you need. Shake it out. And then we're gonna go ahead and go to our head nods again. Be answering any questions if you guys need some answers. Hopefully this is feeling good. Lead with those eyes as far up to the ceiling as you feel comfortable with. So for some cues for each exercise, again, kind of main thing is for the head nods and turns, I like to think about bringing my chin up to the ceiling, then bringing my chin down to my chest. Lead with those eyes, so that way we're moving that neck up and down. And then when you're going side to side, I usually try to tell people, think about looking towards your back pocket with your eyes. And so you might feel a little bit more stretch on your neck by trying to reach that range. And then, I'm gonna shake it out real quick. I'm gonna go to my spinal CAR. So for this one, I think about, again, squeezing myself nice and tight. I'm gonna dip back, and you kind of wanna think about, you have a pen on the top of your head and you're drawing a circle above your head. So a nice circle. And you wanna feel your body going as slow as if you're doing your spinal CAR in a jar of peanut butter. So you might feel this more so, again, your upper back around your spine. And if you do that, that's ideally the goal for this. If you don't feel it right away, that's okay, because you might be getting used to the movement again, or you could try having a bigger circle. So draw that circle at the top of your head. Move like you're moving through peanut butter. Shake it out, scapular car. So for this one, I like to think about getting my shoulders punched up towards my ears. Nice small little circle back and down. I want my shoulders away from feel my shoulders away from my ear. And you have your shoulder blades back here. I want to think about reaching those down to my back pocket. Towards my back pocket, up towards my ears, away from my back pocket. Towards my ears, now towards my back pocket. So squeeze your glutes. For that, I usually tell people, crush your glutes like you're trying to break a walnut. And for your abs, imagine someone's going to come karate chop you in the stomach and you want to be able to take it without being blown away. Check it out. Hopefully those cues help for you, Liz. If you need any more clarification, just let us know. Cool. All right. Gonna go cover the next set. And then feel free to leave a reaction emoticon if you guys enjoyed those exercises. Cool. All right. All right, next one. So if you have your towel or resistance band ready and a wall or floor, that will be needed for this for you. So same thing, I'm going to cover everything real quick and we'll do it all together. So for the pull parts, I have a pretty big and thick towel here, so this will be quite the training session for me. So what you want to think about doing is if you have a towel or that resistance band, for the resistance band, you might need a good level of thickness so you don't break the band, because I know you guys are all strong. A little tension in the glutes, a little tension in the abs. Palms are facing towards the ceiling. I want to feel like I'm about to rip this towel apart. So that's how much tension you should be having. You want to try to keep that neck and face relaxed. But again, you're trying to feel like you're ripping that towel apart. I'm not letting my shoulders shrug up. I'm keeping everything staying nice and tall throughout the movement. So we're going to hold that once for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds if you guys want to challenge yourself. Because again, we're trying to get super duper tight with that. Next thing here is a towel isometric row. So if you guys can see my mouse, I'll try to get it on the floor. So we want to place one foot on the end of the towel. And then we want to bring our other leg, opposite leg, in more of a staggered kind of lunge stance. And we want to get nice and tall in our spine. A little slight bend in that front knee, and then you're going to drive your elbows towards your hips. Again, same thing like you're trying to break that towel. Shoulders down, away from your ears. We're not scrunched up like this. Drive those elbows towards you, tension the abs and the glutes. Again, we're going to hold that for about 10, 15 seconds. I'll try to do my best to count properly. So we'll do that again. So obviously on that one, you'll do one time on one leg and then switch to do the other leg. Next one, I'm going to travel over to my wall over here. So for your wall slides, what you want to do is get up against your wall. Hopefully it's nice and relatively flat. Drive your elbows up against the wall, stay tall, tension here, tension in your glutes again. And you're going to slide up as far as you can without the arms and elbows coming off the wall. If you want to stop right before that point, bring it back in and then go up. So really pushing those elbows like you're trying to push that wall down. And if you don't have a flat wall, then go ahead. You can do the same action on the floor. Again, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. So let's start that. Same thing, we're going to go through around 2 sets, just doing about 10-second to 15-second holds of each exercise, except for the wall slides. That one we'll be doing about 8 reps. All right. So grab your towels or resistance bands. So, all right, palms up, Squeeze the glutes, abs, and pull that toe apart. 3, 4, stay tight, keep pulling. 6, 7, 9, and 10. You want to go for 15 seconds, go ahead, go for that extra 5. Shake it out. We're going to go into our towel isometric row. Place that front foot down on the towel. Get nice and tall, long spine. Drive those elbows into your hips. Squeeze the glutes tight, abs tight, shoulders back and down. And 8, 9, and 10. Shake it out. And same thing, other leg. The thing with isometrics, the better you get at them, the harder they start to get. Grab those elbows, squeeze tight. 9, 10. Cool. Shake it out, head over to your wall. And we're doing 8 reps of the wall. So for me, I can only get about there before my muscles. All right, when you guys are ready, we're going to go again. One more round of each. If you have any questions or you're not sure where you should be feeling something, shoot them in the chat. We're going towards towel pull apart. Squeeze. You guys take the shake. Good. Loosen. And relax. Cool, going to a row. Nice long spine. Grab those elbows. Squeeze. Good. Add. Chest. And relax. Other side, shake it out. And drag those elbows. Squeeze. All right. Yeah. We're going to our last round of wall slide. Drag those elbows into the wall.
The sky is so cold, I feel you slow. Your mind is not like it was.
All right.
Before.
Good job, everybody.
I deal it all,
I definitely broke a sweat on that one personally. So same thing, if you guys enjoyed those, feel free to leave an emoticon. Now, Charleston will be leading us through some other exercises.
All right, how's it going, guys? Hope that was a good workout. I'm sweating too,
Yeah.
So just continue to sweat. So these workouts, if you're familiar with yoga, these will be very easy to understand. So the first one is called quadruped twists, and again, we'll just overview all of them before we start them, and we'll do about like 2 sets of all of these. And so for quadruped twists, it's basically just a tabletop, and what this does, it really focuses on pretty much our mid to low back, and that's just because when we're in a position all day of just here, we're usually just forward and backward bending all day. We don't really twist as much as we should. And so the quadruped twist really focuses on making sure that we're mobile in all ranges of motion for our back. And that's just so we don't get tight in the wrong areas, making sure that we're getting enough fluid to our muscles, just so we don't get any cramps. The next one is cat-cow. And so this is a really common one in yoga. This one's, again, focusing on our pretty much our mid-back area. And so this is just making sure that we're going through our full ranges of motion for our forward and backward bending, because we're always here teeter-tottering in this general flexion and extension of our back. But this one, we're gonna go full range, pretty much just hollowing out and then curving in. And so for the last one, those are supine Ys. And so what those are is basically just we're going to be laying flat on our back, flat on our stomachs. We want to make sure that our feet are just planted on the ground. And so the main focus is just trying to get pretty much our upper chest area off the ground. And we can do this in either a nice Y pose or holding our elbows together and pushing away. And so that's just going to focus on our shoulder blades and making sure that all of those muscles are working. And just a little fun fact about all these workouts we're doing, I'm a massage therapist at Beach Balance. And so basically, one school of like the theory behind muscles is, if you hit it long enough, they'll relax. And so far, it's true, but also we want to make sure our mind-muscle connections are pretty much there. And we don't want our muscles to fire when we want to relax. And so these workouts are actually pretty much training ourselves to contract and like pretty much flex our muscles when we want to, and then relax them all the way when we don't want to. And when stress happens, that's when this mind-muscle connection kind of gets out of whack, because we're always in this type of stance and we don't want to necessarily get our shoulders shrugged to our ears. It's just we're so stressed and so used to these positions, we kind of forget of how we should be. And so these ones will just really focus on how we want to make sure we're relaxing our muscles and contracting them. And so let's start. So we'll be on the floor. I got my mat already all good. All right. And so I'll do this in different positions. The first one will be the quadruped twists. Change this a little bit. You can see me better. And so for quadruped twists, you want to be in pretty much a tabletop position. And so for this one, and again, make sure, we'll be on the lookout for any chats or questions. So feel free to just jot them down and we'll be happy to answer them. And so first, our hands are going to be stacked over our shoulders. Our knees will be stacked over our hips. So we don't want to be too far out, too far forward. We want to be balanced. And so the next part is get our right arm behind our head, and we'll do about 5 on each side. We're going to get this elbow through this gap right here. So we're going to go from here, close the gap,